Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Getting the weekend started a little early. We'll get back to our adventures here in Wrath of the Righteous. We're just gotten to the Defender's Heart. Got out of the underground. Okay, let's move some windows around. The audio is going to go away for a second while I move down here. Turn this preview off. Do chat. Off chat. That's what I should do. Okay, we don't have. And now. Hey, there we go. Oh gosh, everything's so messed up. Okay. So we have our Grenadier. We equipped up last night. We got ourselves out from the underground after a demon attack in the city. Worked our way here. Had a little conversation with Nibia. Let's go talk to Staunton. Dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel. One whose high, crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows makes it clear that all inside is dead. Wow, that guy's rough. It's you. Good work back there in the Great Garrison. My name's Staunton Vine. If you've heard rumors about me, his face looks like it's never known anything as a carefree smile. As carefree as a smile and grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. You know where I can find him? Or what do people say about you? Let's go with that. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor. As bad as Arlevu Vorash. That I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned. The Queen Galfrey never should have spared me, that I belong on the gallows. Okay, why do they hate you so much? You really don't know? Staunton gives you a long, morose look, then sighs. I'm the reason the Crusade forces are holed up in a fortress on the edge of the whirlwind instead of bringing the fate to the demons. We used to have the foothold in the wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, and all because of my stupidity. Gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I had done. So now, that's how I live, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. A military unit made up of petty criminals, okay? The dwarf shrugs. As you can see, I've fixed nothing. I've earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. And I hope you earn forgiveness. You keep living and fighting with no hope of anything better, because that's what the Queen ordered you to do. There's honor in that. You were given a chance to live, so live, and stop blaming others for what you made of your life. Not my place to judge you. Who knows what I would have done to you? Well, we're kind of goodies, so we're going to go with that. Hope you earn forgiveness. Thank you. From the depths of my soul, I thank you. I haven't had hope for a long, long time. The whole city fell because of you? How is that even possible? What do you mean, how? He glares at you from beneath his furrowed brows. If you don't trust the words of the condemned, go ask somebody else. Like my little brother John. And if you still don't believe it, what's it to me? But if you're about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the 1,000th time, don't. Okay. Really don't have any friends? I'm wondering if he's going to be a companion. I couldn't have survived this long if I was completely alone. Jordan, my little brother, keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the condemned console themselves by thinking, I got stripped of my rank, but at least I'm not stomped. Commander Terabed seems to be the only person in the whole army who remembers that I'm a soldier, not a drudge. She has no qualms about taking me into battle. She had some mud flung at her, or so I hear. That's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. It's no surprise that she's the only one to hold onto her sense of reason in this farce. Okay. I need to talk to the elf again. Where did I find him? The storyteller, Sartre strokes his beard in thought. A strange fellow, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort. He just listened. First, I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible. But later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind. Feeble, too. So if he's alone in the city, you probably know what that means. Well, we know the storyteller. My backstory from... So... I do know one place he might be. Look for him in Blackwing. The library, here. I'll show you on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there all day and night. Okay. I have to go. Go on, then. Maybe we'll see each other again. Okay, so we learned about the Blackwing Library. So that's one more thing on a giant list of things that need to be done. Oh, let's talk to... Camellia looks at you pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bone amulet that dangles from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems for a moment that the girl wanted to say something, but the pause grows too long and she slips back into cautious silence. Where'd you learn to wield a rapier so well? Why is this not voice acted? I had good teachers, although they don't get all the credit. I'm a most diligent student. Camellia licks her parched lips. Me too. Okay, let's try again. Your amulet is quite unusual. Where'd you get it? Ah, my little trinket. Nice of you to notice. But I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Your speech tells me you're of noble birth. She laughs her practiced musical laugh as she watches you from under her lowered lashes. You're most insightful. A fine quality to have. Camelia's laughter ends with unspoken words hung in the thought. Still, I believe being of noble birth does not give anyone the right to look down upon others. Forgive me if my quest is to serve you. I cannot resist such a noble, beautiful lady. No, I can't do that. We're going to go with the first one. Or, well, I suppose y'all have our good and bad qualities. Is that so? Well, thank you for sharing your opinion with me. You want to know more about me than you already do? Why? She arches her dainty brow. I talk to the spirits of this tormented land, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Sure. Anyways, as much as I enjoy our delightful conversations, the spirits are calling me and I must respond. Please excuse me. And by spirit, he means her. Okay, let's get our money from Horgus. Yeah. Take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that Horgus Graham always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation, 2,000 coins. He looks at you with unvarnished disapproval. His arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your service. What kind of reward are we talking about? 1,000 gold coins. Okay. I'll just let it go. You have to be my bodyguard, my mansion. Okay. Guards, servants slogan, they sell the demons only. Ababar knows. Okay. We need to go help him. Also, do take Camellia with her trusted girl and one last year. She's a noble birth, after all. Deal. Marvelous, most excellent. He doesn't realize that I am super rich. So let's go wander in here. Let's do this. Need some more purifying solution.
Follow my steps.
I've got a basic name. Foreign Autumn Haze. I'm Foreign Autumn Haze at your service. Who wounded you? A sinner and an accomplice to demons. The quarry I'm hunting in this hospitable place. Who are you? Come from Keonan because I am a hunter of all the means of evil on my quarry. I won't say more than you don't mind. We're strangers and they're different races and cultures. I'd rather not tell you what. Need help? Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. The local healers tend to me. Besides, I've become more resilient to party people. It would be impolite to refuse such a directly friendly offer. Who's your quarry? I was hunting a fugitive, Descarite, by the name of Kelessa. It pains me to admit that there are heinous elfers among my noble, such as her among my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in Cambras. I wounded her, then the demons appeared, and seeing was the flames. I was injured in battle that ensued, and I couldn't free her soul from its service to her dark master. I'm sorry for your misfortune. There is no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with great longevity. We are deeper understanding of the world than the other races. We learn our lessons better than anyone. And that goes for learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will be more prepared when we next meet. I wish to aid you in your hunt. Thank you, but this is my mission. I'm used to kind of facing all manner of terrors of my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help, though if you meet Kelessa, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls the path of evil. Okay. Failed. Elven race. Why'd you choose to be a hunter of evil? Crime is committed. We cannot turn a blind eye. Okay. I have no more questions. I have to go. Good fortune. Okay, we should save. Sadly, I did not save between any of the other stuff, so
Let's
I'm
head
stuck
out.
with those answers. What'll it be? The medallion you're wearing, that's a sacred symbol. You a cleric of... Yeah, I got one experience. He's a vampire. Are you really a vampire? No. Oh, King Orvani. Yeah, we remember him. Great. Pentaxian wine cellar we discovered. The demons, and you showed up. So you're not one for talking. Okay, so he has lots of potions. There's the important thing. Bag of holding. Okay, but we can sell to him, I think. So let's go get some of our garbage and sell it. Because we have a lot of garbage. Look at this. We have like we're gonna keep one masterwork scythe. You never know when you might need one. Oops. I did it again. Split. Keep 2 masterwork glaives. Oh yeah, we can just walk right over to him. Perfect. Show me what you have. Beautiful. Those. Okay, that's 22. Deal. Here. Dish. What's the glaive? We need to sort. Wait. Wait. Oh, we probably don't need 6 scimitars. Thinking. I'm
Let us
pretty
begin.
sure we're only going to need 1 scimitar. Okay. Does that let me get this bag of holding? Okay, before we buy the bag of holding, we're going to look around and
Tread
see if there's
lightly.
anybody that sells weapons. Yeah, that's outside. Go ahead and save. Silken thread out here. Topaz solutions. Okay. Where are you from? Was blown in by the wind and found in a cabbage patch. Hmm. The official religion is the cult of Zong Ifan. That sounds bad. I grew up in a slum, like a weed between the cobblestones. I didn't have a dad. I had lots of aunts and uncles, my mom's cronies. Awesome. How did you meet Arabeth? Struggle to find any reason dragging myself out of bed every morning, tying a stone around my neck and jumping in the nearest field. So, oh man, one day was hard to follow some fellows who the local authorities suspected were Razmirian spies. I was stupid. I made a rookie mistake and they caught me. It's like my body had already decided to do what my mind had been fighting. Finally put me out of my misery. Get someone else to kill me. Since I didn't have the guts to do it myself, they grabbed me. I thought they'd gut me on the spot, but instead they hog-tied me and dragged me off like an animal going to slaughter. My only thought was, let's get... They brought me to their stinking cave, threw me on the altar, and I realized who it was. Toothites from Nidal. They had tracked me down after all those years. But I didn't care anymore. Wouldn't have cared if they'd eaten me or whatever. We all gotta go sometime, right? So I was lying there, staring at those knives pointing at me, when fate rolled the dice and I hit the jackpot. Arabeth. She was storming into the cave. What? Picture it. I'm lying on the altar with these knife-wielding maniacs around me, and suddenly Arabeth storms in. I thought it was Iomade herself. Fierce and shining arm with gleaming sword raised, she made quick work of those scumbags, chopped them up just like that. Hey, you didn't have time to blink. She untied me, and then the girl's face lights up as she chuckles. She looked through the papers they had on the table, and she started swearing like a sailor. So much Iomade. Okay. Well, after almost becoming a human sacrifice, I knew I never wanted to leave her side. Desmond knows I fell for her instantly. I fell hard. My misery was gone. And when Erebus showed me what it was in those papers, proof that the cultists had nests in her home city, well, I offered to help without second thought. She must have figured out I couldn't wait to get my revenge on the cultists, but I didn't give a darn about them. It was her. I'd go anywhere with her, even on a crusade or into the jaws of a dragon. But I took to life in Tenebris like a duck to water. I used to be an outcast wherever I went, but half the Crusaders are the same. After all, who'd volunteer to tangle with demons on the edge of the abyss? You gotta either be a goody two-shoes with too much honor and free time, or a misfit with no life in the normal world with normal people. Okay, it's like living with Arabeth. It's like living. Without her, I wouldn't be. Seriously. If I were alone, I would definitely be gone. Sure, sometimes we argue and we can't deny. Sometimes we bang our fists on the table and yell so loud and the walls shake. That's all about order of business. But at home, well, I'll give you an example. I've kind of always wanted to move out of the broom closet we call house into somewhere cozier. It ain't like they take about poverty to Overwatch, but every month, somehow, most of our money gets spent on Crusader business. Sure, I get mad about it. And Nevia makes a helpless gesture, but it's part of what I love about her. So. Okay, great. Thanks for your answers. I have to go.
I'm gone.
Here's somebody with a name. A couple people with names. To talk to Kato. I believe that help is on the way. Okay. The Samly Wrath. Do for you. Oh, his scroll seller. Okay. Who's that boy helping me? This one, Kato, the shepherd, my apprentice, he's a smart boy. His faith is strong. He serves Eris still. But there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abdo. Be a great cleric when he gets a little older. Alright. Who are you? Well, now the temple's gone. Okay. How many scrolls you're selling? Oh, question. Can I skip that scroll? Spells available to Cytra. Okay. Bought the scrolls. None of our people have alchemist kits. We might want to buy an alchemist kit. Jeez, this guy's got so much garbage. Look at this list. Okay, I haven't found an alchemist kit or a scroll scriber's kit, so we might need those. Those are 2,000 each. Okay. Ah, here's land. Here for chat. I've been waiting for you to come see what strange beasts you've shaken it apart. Okay. Okay, we're gonna skim through some of this. Can you wear a hat with your one horn? You speak common much better than the rest of your tribe. Funny enough, common isn't all that common underground, but your observation is correct. I used to live on the surface with my parents for a while. We had a chance to learn a couple things. The language, the fact that every peasant who sees my daily mug screams, "Demon!" and runs away. I don't know if you're interested, but my mom wasn't from an underground tribe. She was a smuggler, the kind that used the dungeons of Cambres to secretly move and store goods. One time, two gangs couldn't agree on how to share a prime cut. Got into a fight, and the winners threw the losers down a hole, dead and living alike. My dad went in to check if the corpse had anything useful on him. Found a girl from the surface, barely clinging to life. An incredible feeling sparked between them. Or maybe the girl just like men with scales and a cat note. That might be it. One way or another, he got her back on her feet, and even later, he left his home caves. And she left her smuggling behind, and they began an honest life together. Okay, I'm not going to read all this out loud. Dad raised too many questions. Oh, so they were in Mendev. Did you come with me so you could see the circle again? Oh, no, it wasn't that. Much patience for certain demons, I mean. Lan, you're my companion, and companions should trust one another. I'm counting on you to give me honest answers, not excuses. I guess you're right. I shouldn't have been so evasive. It's just that some things are hard to talk about. My family, for example. My birth, hell, like me, turned out to be a great misfortune for my parents, all because I'm relatively healthy. And I'm the best thing that can come from a marriage of a cave-dwelling mongrel and even from the surface. A healthy child with the right number of hands and feet, no apparent defects, no missing organs or other problems. They saw hope in me, so they risked having more children. They thought it would somehow be alright. No. I could have had four brothers. The first was born 2 years after me and died 3 years later. He didn't have a nose, nothing even remotely resembling one. He could only breathe through his mouth. Mom and Dad were afraid to take their eyes off him for fear that he'd choke and suffocate on something. But in the end, it was his weak heart that killed him. Oh, man. There was another pregnancy and birth. I pretended I was sleeping, but snuck out of my bedroom and listened to the door. All those hours, it was strange. I never heard the newborn screaming, Mom moaning yes, the priest praying. Then I dared open the door a little and looked inside. The priest stood there very pale. One of them was holding something like a small object fit in his palm. He asked, "Do you know what this is?" The other said, "I think it's a head." Land stops. Oh, please go on. It turned out that this time Mom was expecting triplets. The first of the babies was born in pieces, and the two others didn't live long enough to draw their first breath. About 3 weeks later, my father took me to the caves. He didn't want to leave. I could see his face, but I think my mom and he decided it together. The curse of my people have carried since the first crusade stood between us, not to mention the four dead babies. In old age was rapidly taking its toll on my father. After we returned to the cave, he only lived another 4 years. So if you're asking me why I decided to go with you up to the surface and join the Crusades, well, the answer is I've always wanted to. I was afraid to leave my tribe, but it's always haunted me that I would die in the world where 4 Crusades could do nothing to stop the beasts from the abyss, and the number of victims kept growing. I want to change that, or at least try to. Oh, you're so kind. And if changing things is too much to ask, then to at least get a little bit of revenge. The ones who are behind the world wound owe me a debt. The lives of 4 brothers and all my mother's tears and my father's broken heart. It's a lot. It's so much that killing a couple of demons won't do it for me. I want to do something real. I'm ready to pay any price. Call me a personal crusade if you like. I used to think that things would get better if I'd never been born, but now I think I was born for this, to settle the score. Wouldn't you like to find your mother? No. I don't want to meet her, not because of any resentment. It's just that she's a half-elf. She's barely got her first gray hair, and I'll be a ramshackle old man. She's buried enough children. There's no need to make her a witness to the death of another one. I hope you understand. Your parents loved and survived hardship, but that doesn't mean the same thing will happen to you. What if you find true love, someone who won't leave you no matter what? And break my beloved's heart when I die in her arms 5 years later? That's a fine thing to do to the person you love. Then again, there's a chance I'll inspire some tragic bard to write a tearful tale. I'm very sorry, truly. Well, then I'm lucky. I met someone who only helped me choose the right path, but listened to my whining. Forgot to close. Forgot to close chat from work. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for listening. Mongrels have short lifespans, but you don't look like you. How old are you? I'm as old as I look. No surprises there. But remember Sol? He's 10 years older than me. And I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior. Day by day, I watched him turn into an old man. Him and my father. It happens very quickly. First, you miss a shot because you don't see a target as clearly as you used to. You think your eyes are tired. Then you tell yourself, I'll be getting better tomorrow. You notice you're having trouble breathing. Climbing is harder. Fingers start bending. Yeah, that's old age. My dad kept diaries marking all the signs. I saw it too last year. I had to help him get out of bed, help him dress, remind him to eat. Sometimes he forgot. For my Wendig. Okay. She doesn't think she's a shadow of her former self. Of course, she thinks she did everything right, because the second she starts to doubt herself, she'll have to face the truth to admit that she's just a cannibal that demons use as they wish. She wants to get stronger and stronger, but for what? She'll never understand what drives. Wow, you really don't pull your punches, do you? Okay, thanks. So, can you wear a hat with this one horn? Sure can, but certain designs don't suit me well. Okay, cool. What do you think of life on the surface? Why is my dog whining? Back in our kids, everyone's equally poor. If a person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our people in times of trouble. That's the power of a tribe. The laws of the surface are made so some get everything and others get nothing. I'd never leave a needy person in trouble. Oh my gosh. Hey, cut it out. Never leave a needy person in trouble. I've been given more than most, which means I am now able to help others. We're in a struggle for city survival. Sometimes it upends society. Do that. A fitting reply. Okay. You're prepared to risk your life to do something meaningful. What did you exactly mean? Invent a new salad or have it named after me? Truth be told, I don't know. Good. Dying a glorious death isn't enough. Some heroes of the crusade did that and saved entire settlements, erected the ward stones. Their actions kept the lands of Medivh safe for decades. That's what I want. For my dumb short life to have meant something. You think I've exaggerated an opinion of myself? Some scaly freak crawls out of the caves and wants to take control of the ward stones and flaunt Iomade's banner. Any fool can charge in the front lines of the demonic armies and die there, but what good will it do? I want something meaningful, you know, even if I had to pay the highest price, especially if I pay it. There are plenty of worthier people that need to survive this war and tell everyone else what nutcases we were. Ugh. We're just gonna quickly read this, not out loud. That's a lot of text, and none of it is voice acting. Okay. How do you have a way to tell day and night? A big gong, it's really like a relic. Gong hitter hits twice a day to mark the beginning and the end. But this custom doesn't keep time precisely. Every Mongol child snuck up to the gong, strike it at the wrong time at least once, pure mischief. The lives are somewhat shorter. Okay. Longer times over few skirmishes. Most fights break out over food. Okay. I think I found out everything I need to know. Good, thanks for your answers. Perfect. Wow, that was a lot of talk. Okay, so we've got Bela here to talk to. There's so much text. Oh my gosh. It's high time I shake your hand. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from? I'm from Geb. Okay, you've come to Medivh for a long road, haven't you? You can't tempt me with a story about fighting chupacabras and then not follow through. What are chupacabras, by the way? Incredibly repulsive magical beasts, fast and dangerous. They can, well, it looks like someone's fooled me into starting the tale. Now I guess I have to tell the whole story. Picture a small town in Kadaria. Down in the dungeon, there's two murderers waiting to be executed. The gallows are already built for them. The rope's been bought. But sometimes life takes a surprising turn, and suddenly the Paladin of Aomade appears in the doorway and offers the murderers a deal. If they go with her to fight some monsters, they live. If they survive, that is. There's a big difference between imminent death and probable death with a glimmer of hope, wouldn't you say? So here we are, traveling to the desert, me and my friend, priestess of there, Thar and Sarnray, along with their little rat folk fellow who'd asked for our help, and the two cutthroats. We get to the rat folk village, all their bodies lying around and all drained dry. We figure we had to fight vampires. That's how the little rat folk described the monster attack the village. That's why we had went in all brazen like. The sun was high and the vampires couldn't attack us till dusk. But we never got a chance to look around. Black shadows, quick as the wind, attacked us from all sides. Not vampires, but chupacabras. One of the lads we pulled from the gallows got killed right away. The second one ran for his life. That left me, the rat folk, and Kyra. That was the name of the priestess. And we all steeled ourselves for the fight of our lives. And just when we thought it had come to an end, with the chupacabras surrounding me like a pack of dogs around a bear, and our rat folk friend wounded and down, and the teeth of the quickest of those blasted monsters was clenched around Kyra's shoulder. Right then, when all hope was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly comes running back. He kills the beast attacking Kyra. I'm sure you know what a turning point in the fight looked like. Well, that was it. The moment before, we were lost, and a moment later, we had it back under control. The chupacabras dropped dead one by one, and the little rat folk is reunited with his family who were hiding in the basement. The priestess's eyes closed the eyes of that boy from the gallows who saved us. It was a shame he didn't survive the fight. May the gods keep his soul in his journey through the afterlife. That's a good story. He could have died in disgrace in the gallows, but instead he died a hero. And I'd fancy the stunt earned him some points in his final judgment. It's smart to remember their journey doesn't end in death. Had it not been for that mercy, Milos, and that was his name, would be hanging from the noose, and me, Kyra, and the rat folk would all be dead in that village. Someone told me that a kind deed done by an unkind person is 100 times more precious. By the same token, an evil done by a noble soul is 100 times more horrifying. And that's really what I wanted to say. The chupacabras were just a good starting point. What made you become a paladin? It's a serious question. You should ask it of your companions, but it's a long story. To start with, 12 years ago, I was nothing but a person I am now. I roamed the streets of Solku with other homeless orphans. I stole, I fought, I was hired sword for a bit. Not a proper origin for a paladin, is it? Well, I mean, is there? It was a city full of orphans, widows, and widowers. Gnolls decimated the city regularly. My parents were among the victims. There, people heard about yes. Gosh, so much text in my mouth is dropped. This is why I streaming in the past. Okay. A thief lives one day at a time. A gnoll attacked the helm's owner. Kemai was her name, and dealt a blow to her unprotected head. Oh, no. Others were Solomon Savers. I was busy pricing up their noble horses with their gleaming mithril armor, wondering how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. Sneak into a knight's camp and steal one of their helms. So she was stealing a helm, and a gnoll comes up and kills the person who helm. Even that seemingly small deed can have terrible consequences. Yes. You're right 1,000 times over. I hate to say it, but I just didn't see it back then. If I had never gotten that lesson, my eyes would probably never have been open. But who knows what would have happened to me if it wasn't for Akemai and her bravery and her death. Maybe the world would know Selah as a bandit, not as a knight and a protector of those in need. There's a saying I like to remember. People rarely find redemption on their own. Someone must show them the way. But you were asking about what brought me into the ranks of Iomade's warriors. Well, we all choose the Paladin's path for our own reasons. Some are guided by nobility of spirit, some by desire for justice. I became who I am through penance and a debt unpaid. The day Eme died protecting my city, I wanted to kill myself for my terrible guilt, I felt. But then I realized it wouldn't make the world any better. And I decided instead I'd try to take her place, and I'd become who she had been, protector of innocence. She would no longer be able to protect. I'd tell you I'd like to restart our code. It feels like I've said it 1,000 times, but it never gets old. There's strength in these words. After a pause, her voice slow and meditative. I will learn the weight of my sword. Without my heart to guide it, it is worthless. My strength is not in my sword, but in my heart. If I lose my sword, I have lost a tool. If I betray my heart, I died in my hands. She is solidly a paladin. I will have faith in the inheritor. I will channel her strength to my body. I will shine in her legion. I will not tarnish her glory through base action. I am the first to battle and the last to leave. I will not be taken prisoner by my free will. I will not surrender those under my command. I will never abandon a companion, though I will honor, sacrifice freely given. I will guard the honor of my fellows, both thought and deed, and I will have faith in them. When in doubt, I will force my enemies to surrender, but I am responsible for their lives. I will never refuse challenge from equal. I will give honor to worthy enemies and contempt to the rest. I will suffer death before dishonor. I will be temperate in my actions and moderate in my behavior. I will strive to emulate Diomede's perfection. Okay, I know everything I need to know. Okay, Arabeth said your friend Jana Aldori is missing. I wanted to look for Jana myself. I didn't want to distract you. But since you're in this too, I could use your help. John and I met in Canberra a few days ago. We just hit it off. We've been drinking together. We went from that unforgettable celebration together. We got separated in the crowds. We should start looking from the main square. That's where I last saw her. Okay. What do you think about what's going on? It's complete chaos. Okay. And they keep throwing me these chaotic and lawful things, and I need to figure out if I want to go. I don't know what paths or what, like, don't think the trickery domain, the trickery mythic path or trickster mythic path is for this character for me. But I also don't think angel is good for me, and I don't really know what the others are. If we want to win, we can't be mourning the deceased day and night. There's wisdom in the traditions of mourning, and one shouldn't reject them. All the more appropriate. Yeah, let's see that. Okay. Is fighting demons all you want, or are you looking for something more? How about covering myself in glory and becoming a hero of 100 ballads? Or at least a dozen, if they're lively ones. Anyways, to be more serious, the area around the world moon is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend the weak and serve the good. Part about being on the crusade is reward enough for me. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the other orders are focused on just one aim: the war against the whirlwind. They can sometimes overlook other things. Okay, till next time. See ya. Save again. Hiller? Hiller, venture captain of the Pathfinder Society. Dinner of Nightmares. It all began with the task of the Pathfinder. I arrived in Murasan with my team to investigate the sudden death of a famous crusader, Baron Fallon. We soon focused in on a small hospital for the wealthy where Fallon was being treated. It turned out that the game of Baphomet's cultists were calling themselves the Labyrinth of the Mind had gotten a foothold in the hospital. Oh my goodness. They were obsessed with twisting the minds of their victims and targeted fragile people too weak to resist. The hospital was filled with perfect victims, isolated for weeks from the outside world, completely helpless. And when they returned, they were different, almost normal. But the moment they heard a certain phrase or something dark woke in their mind, they were transformed into servants of Baphomet, ready to lie, betray, and even kill. The Labyrinth of the Mind was preparing to infiltrate all the elite circles and mend it. But Baron Fallon stopped them. He was too loyal to his oath and too resistant to their spells. He fought for his freedom, and the strain broke his heart. We opened and cleaned the city of Baphomet's pit of vipers. Their den was a cradle of sin and filth. They cast spells on each other, and their loathsome fantasies stepped. And they were set upon revenge. They abducted my daughter Lowry, who served under my command. They left me a note full of tart insults and mockery. From the note, I learned the name of my enemy, the Spinner of Nightmares. A few months later, I confirmed that she was the leader of the Labyrinth of the Mind. My hunt had begun. I would get Lowry back at any cost. Okay. Oh, you got your daughter. I got Pathfinder Society. Okay. Okay, so that's how we can retrain people. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, what's this book? Oop. Info. The first of the astounding exploits of Captain Hillor. Okay, I'm just going to read this silently. The jig's up, the spinner of nightmares. Wow, the jig is up. Yeah, well, that sells for a little bit of money. Okay, let's save and talk to Erebeth. What's our main objective? Ward stones. Okay, we heard all about all that already. Where are you from? How did you become a paladin? So that was where my father had served loyally, and it was only rewarded in injustice. Okay. Besides, the witch hunters, led by Honorable Prelate Orland, stalked into the city with a heavy hand. Who knows what they would have done to a strange girl with green skin? Instead, I went to smirk that looks more like a painful grimace. You can laugh all you want, but I was young and foolish. I chose Lastwall of all places. Can you imagine how well I was accepted in a country that's been battling the orcs, the Belkson, since its foundation? Wow. There were many like me, but we were all treated like second-class citizens. I was looking at the before I realized I serve Ailmaid, not these people. I don't have to prostrate myself in. I left as a paladin, but not as a knight. I left last while I went traveling. The goddess guided me along my path. Atrocities were happening. I fought for gold, but never unworthy aims, of course. I wandered the river kingdoms for a few years, killing monsters and tracking down criminals. Sometimes I thought I was just wasting my time. True place in Taurus. Okay. Nice. So they pretty much saved each other. Shouldn't they hate each other? They should, but Baphomet's minions are masters of deception. They manipulated Zon-Kathon's butchers as eagerly as Iomade's knight. And the cultists from the unholy temple didn't know the true face of their associates in Canabres. Okay. Tell me about Anevia. Well, that's cool. Thank you for your answers. Tell me about the Eagles Watch, small military order. Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth infiltrated. Successes don't count for much once the demons have over. Okay. On the contrary, if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't have been a headquarters of Defender's Heart. The cultists would have served up the city on a platter to the demons. Let's be nice to her. Ooh, I gotta go. Okay. Can we go up? Can't go upstairs. Oh, there's a downstairs. Let's go downstairs. Let's go. Oh, hey guys. I'm just gonna. Sure, we'll take it. We'll go sell it. Surrender thy soul, Delvin. Oh, we protect us. Ha ha ha! Got you today. How many times is that? Take your jokes and shove them, tiefling. Whoa, easy there, chief. Don't hit me. We're gonna take all this
Follow
stuff.
my steps.
Talk to Delvin. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Let's talk to this guy.
Chief! Ooh, hey, gorgeous. Come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
I'm glad you recognize my 10 charisma.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
Thank you, Delvin.
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Yeah, see, all the parts that are voice acted are so good. And then there's huge, giant walls of text that you can't read out loud. Who are you?
Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
The tiefling rattles his chains and gives you a meaningful look. Why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
Kid.
He was caught thieving.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I just basically stole the shield off the wall behind you. So, your shadow, what was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Yeah, what do you want
I'll
from
lay
me?
it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations, no problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
Okay.
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
That's true.
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Oh my gosh, this guy. Oh.
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty-looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy Woljif locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well,
All right, I'll
I
talk to
knew
him.
it.
Let's head out.
All right, let's go talk. This guy is just a little too cocky for his own good. So we can... I want Staunton. That's who I want. I want Staunton. Hey, there's this tiefling chained up. What can you tell me about him? Oh, we have nowhere else to keep him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him. If you want to recruit him and put him to good use, go ahead. Take him off our hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their dying days watching over a mindless thief. Okay, cool. So basically, if I take him, then...
Well, Chief.
I talked to
what do you
Airbeth
got
and I
for me?
decided to make you part of my troop. Let's see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
Yeah,
You're
you
a
probably
bitter
will.
little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that
The
shot and I
family.
got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following?
I'm following.
Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to
Okay.
do anything when we get there. Just stand
I
behind
sort
me
of love him
and look
because
at
of his
me, and I'll
voice.
handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll show you the way.
Wow, okay. Let's... He's just gonna start giving me orders. It's perfect. Oh, and he's off. Okay. Well, we're gonna go outside. Oh, what's this? Loot?
Tread lightly.
Who's this? Gordon Von... Oh, let's save. You facing the city. You picked a good time. Wait. Yeah. Are you Staunton's brother? Yep. Where he goes, I go. Oh, I've always done it. I forge the armor. He goes into the battle and breaks it. He brings it back to me and I repair it. Okay. How is Staunton to blame? Dresden was built after the First Crusade. We came back to victory of ours. The population of the old circus was thoroughly diminished. Many of them hoped. Okay. What a city it was. You can't even imagine. It was spurred by the finest engineers from the Five Kingdoms Mountains. In Galfrey spared no expense. Relic known as the Sword of Valor. Okay. But then the whirlwind suddenly expanded, the demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare a second crusade. Dresden was unassailable until a young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, but its rightful place is on the battlefields. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor and convinced him he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself. And the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason, the courageous ringleader was spared. The whole army was teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. Do you know everyone in Canabrus by sight? Well, not everyone, but I make it my business to know people who might need my services. A blacksmith's work isn't just his anvil, you know. How do you have a forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of a craft will always find the tools I need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now in the pile. Okay. Show him Radiance. Do you recognize this? Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made it with my own hands. There's my brand, you see. Oh, yeah, no. Things have been tough without you. At least we still got your sword. That's something. We can't have a fine sword like that being carried around this patty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. See, Sunshine, come see me again. Okay. Show me your wares. I wonder if he's got pens. Okay, so what we're looking for. Let's do this. Let's sort by price, descending. The most expensive thing is a giant two-handed thing we can't use. A heavy crossbow, we can't afford that. Okay, cold iron masterwork rapier. Yeah, let's get that cold iron masterwork rapier. Oh, we haven't even looked at Wooljiff. Um. Okay, so how much is the cold iron masterwork rapier? $800. That's not too bad. Ah, here we go. Masterwork composite longbow. $400. Okay, so that's $1,200 right there. She's got radiance. So he just needs some daggers. Okay, a cold iron masterwork dagger is 800. Okay, so we'll come back and talk to him. Nothing up there.
Follow my steps.
Go look out the city.
Let's head out.
What is that? Oh, I leveled up. Okay, before we do level ups, we're gonna. I want to see what this thing is.
Let us be careful.
So that protects us from the corruption. We have to go up on these roof. Make sure there's. Okay, there's nothing up here. Okay, let's go back to our room and finish getting all of our garbage and selling it. And this entire play session is going to be me inside Defender's Heart already. Okay, so okay, so he's an eldritch scoundrel. High dex. So what does eldritch scoundrel give us? Okay, so he gets sneak attack, so he's kind of roguish. danger sense, trap finding. And he gets some cantrips. I wonder if we can make him an arcane trickster. Since he's already an eldritch scoundrel, I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to make him a... But his intelligence is so high. His wisdom and charisma are so low that I kind of feel like I should make him arcane trickster. We're not actually going to do anything with land, but I just want to see what this will let me do this. So what does he need? He needs Arcana 4, and the ability to cast second level spells. Mobility 4, and Trickery 4. He's got the trickery, and he's got the mobility. He might need one more rank of mobility. And he might need, I don't know, he needs 4 in that or 4 ranks. Got sneak attack 2. He's got 2 ranks of sneak attacks. He's already got all the things he needs from this. He might just need the... And then we want to put him into something that has spellcasting. What does he need for Arcane Trickster? Ability to cast second level spells. The ability to cast second level spells. Which means he's gonna need, it's like level 3. We need 3 levels in like wizard or sorcerer. Oh yeah, what abilities does he have? Simple weapon proficiency. He doesn't even have weapon finesse. helmet. Those. That. Okay, he doesn't have any armor. Does he have any armor deficiencies? Oh no, he does have 2 weapon fighting, weapon finesse. Oh. Does he not get armor? Yeah, we don't want any of that armor. Okay, well. For whatever reason, he gets nothing. We don't even have any robes or anything.
Follow my steps.
Oh, yeah, we were going to get our junk out. Junk. Pearls we'll put there. We'll go ahead and put the books in here. If anything says that it we may need these, so they don't say the collector would want them. We'll keep it.
Let's head out.
There's a cell here. So all this stuff. Wooden plates. I feel like I was in Skyrim with all the plates and mugs I'm carrying around. Sure, we'll get that. Okay, now we know how to make whatever that was. You found a new recipe? Yeah, we did that. I thought this was the guy who had the Bag of holding. There it is. Sort of want to get it.
Let us be careful.
Okay, here we go. What else we have? Oh, I'll take those. Okay.
Tread lightly.
Let's put these gloves on. Whoops. Oh, he's already got these. He needs those. Okay.
No, just no.
Oh, they go there. Hmm. Okay.
I'm gone.
Well, I think that puts us in a spot where we're ready to go out and... Okay, so we have errands, a divided city. Yes, so I don't understand what these mean. So are those completed? Are those what the checkboxes mean? So we have Day of the City. Yeah, we completed those. Okay, so those are completed. Let's close those. Companion quests. A friend in need is a friend indeed. The last chapter. I don't really understand the phrasing of that. The last chapter to complete the quest or it will fail afterwards. What chapter is the last chapter? Like, I don't understand. The last chapter. Which chapter? Okay, well, okay, well, this seems like a good spot to take a break.